One of the most confusing things in my mind about the Bill of Rights is who does it limit. A good example of this is the case that would be decided in 1833 called Barron versus Baltimore. And the issue here was the fact that the city of Baltimore, in its collective wisdom, was improving the streets in Fells Point. And the owner of a wharf discovered that every time it rained, his wharf was getting silted up more and more and more. The issue was whether or not the city owed him money for destroying his wharf. He lost in the state courts, and so being very inventive, what he did was to sue in federal court, and he argued that this was a taking without compensation and violated his Fifth Amendment rights. So it makes its way to the Supreme Court, and Justice Marshall says that you don't have a cause of action because the Bill of Rights says Congress shall make no law. It doesn't say that the states shall make no law. So Barron versus Baltimore stands for the proposition that the federal Bill of Rights only attaches against federal government action, and you cannot go against the states. The 14th Amendment, which is one of the Civil War amendments, was very important because what happens is that Congress is very upset with the states, the southern states, which were not recognizing the rights of our national citizens, meaning the former slaves. And so what happens is that they were trying to reimpose the condition of slavery on African Americans, and the Radical Republican Congress would have nothing of it. And so the 14th Amendment is very important because what it did was to say that no state shall. And so it protects liberty, due process, equal protection. And so the 14th Amendment that is debated in 1864, is ratified in 1868, is the bridge over which people who claim that the state violate their individual liberties can bring in the Federal Bill of Rights.